The whole pack's coming off 4, but they've got, talking about a piece of debris, they're all going to blow by you, so just stay low. Watch the blend line, watch the blend line. And here comes the pack. Oh.
Voice of Kevin Lepage's spotter on his radio as he came off the pit lane. Kevin has come from the infield care center now. Let's hear from him with Mike Massaro.
And Alan, you can see the disappointment on the face of Kevin Lepage as he assesses the damage on his car. Kevin, what happened?
Well, it all started when we had a loose wheel and I came down pit road, and as I was leaving pit road, the spotter says pack's coming, so I stayed down till I got in turn 1 and got up on the racetrack, and the first half a dozen cars or so passed me, and next thing you know I got rear-ended. So you know, everybody's mad at me for pulling up on the racetrack, but you go to the driver's meeting, they said stay low till you get in turn 1, pull up on the racetrack, and like I said, the first half a dozen cars got by me without any problem. So you know, my spotter's been spotting for me for a number of years, and I think she did a great job. And you know, I was down low, had my, matter of fact, left side's lower than the apron, and you know, there's 40 other guys up there trying to spot these things, and they couldn't see me coming out of the pits with this red and yellow race car. Then maybe they need to get new spotters.
Well, guys, obviously a very disappointed driver there.
So thoughts of Kevin Lepage there on his involvement in that accident. I want to bring in DJ, Andy, and Doc from up in the booth and talk about this now. The instructions the drivers are given at the drivers' meeting about the blend rule. And let's just talk about that for just a second. Kevin is there saying that it's till you get to turn 1 and then you come up on the racetrack. Correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that the instructions for today were that you had to stay with those wheels below that line till you got around to turn number 2. Am I wrong on that, or are we in agreement that that's what the instructions were?
Alan, we are beside the NASCAR tower up here, and we have been told that the instructions were indeed just that you had to stay all 4 below the yellow line, the blend line, and you could then put 2 tires above it as you're going into turn 2, and then you could get above it in turn 2. So their instructions, according to what they're telling us, was that you could not come up on the racetrack right there. In fact, Clint Boyer was black flagged when he came back on the racetrack earlier today because he went up across that line at that point onto the racetrack and was brought back down pit road. So DJ and guys, when that happens, unfortunately, there's a huge speed discrepancy, and then we saw the results.
Regardless of what the rule was, it takes just a little bit of common sense right there would tell you not to come up on the racetrack when you got these guys were racing 3 and 4 wide at times getting down in there. So there wasn't a lot to be gained by trying to pull up on the racetrack at that point.
And you took exactly what I was thinking, that sometimes you just forget about the rule and you use common sense because, again, this is a totally different racetrack. The rule has been different over the years and things. It used to be that you could put your left side tires on the yellow line going out there. But regardless of that, you have to look at the situation and take into account that these guys are coming over 100 miles an hour faster than what you were running at that time, and you give them room and then you fall in. It's unfortunate that he had the problem, but you just created a bigger problem.
All the carnage down in the garage area, and 16 cars heavily damaged. And you saw a moment ago the distant look of one Brad Keselowski, who thought yesterday he might have a chance and might have the car to get his first win here today. Let's go down to Jamie.
Well, and he even led some laps early on in the race, and he was just watching our monitors to see the replay. And Brad, what was your assessment of what took place?
Well, obviously the 61 car pulled up in front of the field. I don't know why. Maybe he didn't know the field was behind him. It's hard telling, but tore up some cars and unfortunately got us. We're not that bad. We just hit with the right front wheel and broke the center link. Once we get that fixed, we'll be right back out there, and hopefully we won't lose too many laps and go get some good points out of it.
Because, of course, guys, more laps on that track means more points. So his car, one of the lesser damaged of all 16 cars involved. So Brad Keselowski looking to get back out there, guys.
Trying to hang in the top 10 in the points, Jamie. He had led 3 times today for 9 laps. And you see now, you wonder why these guys are not working on the car. The Navy crew, they're not allowed to touch the car under a red flag. Brad Keselowski driving for JR Motorsports, Dale Earnhardt Jr. There's a look at his season. His best finishes, a couple of 4th place in 2008 NASCAR Nationwide Series. You're watching ESPN on ABC.